What's up, Pineal family? So if you are lucky enough to live in an area that has a bunch of trees like I am, you can just see them behind me. Very fortunate to live in an area that has a bunch of trees, because if you have a bunch of trees, you also have a bunch of leaves. And leaves are a fantastic tool to use in your garden. There are so many ways to use them, and it's just a fantastic tool to feed the soil ecosystem. Feed the soil will feed your plants. It's much easier if the soil is healthy to grow good plants and get a bunch of food from those plants. Super much easier. But way easier to have healthy plants if you feed the soil than if the soil is dead and you're just trying to feed the plant. So feed the soil, and we can do that with leaves. So let me show you this pile of leaves right here. The first way that I would use them is just as a mulch. And so if you have leaves and you can shred them up, kind of like this, how they're kind of shredded, you can just put a layer of this on your garden. You can do this in the fall time and have them break down, but you can also do that in the springtime when you're actually growing. And not only will this break down and feed the soil, but it will also act as a mulch. So your soil won't dry out nearly as fast because it will act as a mulch. So that's one way. That is a great way. You can also use leaf mode. And so if you have a pile like this and you just set it here and you put some water on it, they will eventually break down. Now you can do this with compost as well and put them in your compost as a brown material, but you can actually just make leaf mode, which is just by taking a bunch of leaves, shredding them up, leaving them in a pile for a long time, maybe 6 months, even to a year. If you do this in the springtime, you can use it next spring. Or if you do this in the fall time when you're collecting the leaves, you can then use them next fall, and it would just break down in your soil. And I would do a whole video about how to actually make leaf mode, but it's pretty simple. You just basically have a pile, you spray water on it, and you just let it set and do its thing. And with that, then you can add it to your soil, and it will just keep continuing to feed the life. So those are two very good ways to use leaves as a mulch, or make the leaf mode and put them into your soil. Both things are feeding that soil life, building the soil ecosystem. And if you have access to leaves, don't sleep on them. They are super good. An amazing tool to use. Nature gives them to us, and it is a fantastic way to feed the soil. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.